Hey, what's going on with all my money motivated stars? I want to make this video about God, the devil, you know what I mean? Negative, positive energy. You know, I've talked about this subject a couple times on my channel, you know what I mean? But I don't really get into it too much because of the spiritual neglect that people have for the topic, you know what I mean? And the programming of most people. But what made me bring it back up is an interview I saw with Charleston White today, you know what I mean? We share a lot of the same beliefs, you know. Like I said, I don't approach topics the way he approached topics, you know what I mean? Just because I'm not trying to be like nobody else, and the way this person does that is not the way I'm gonna run my channel. But he was basically talking about like God. They was asking him did he believe in God, and he was like no. And they asked him did he believe in the devil, and he was like no. So that's basically what I've been saying on my channel. But I don't try to keep on talking about it because, like I said, when you trying to talk to a mass group of people, religion, the Bible, these one things that can get a person very, very frustrated out of their programming. When you say so, when you have your own opinion, not a negative opinion, but your own opinion about the Bible, about God, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call it. When you have your own opinions about in the church, when you have your own opinions about that, that's when people lose. They flip the script. You know what I mean? Out of all the stuff that the government and the political parties, everything that's going on, that's one thing that will make people riot and go crazy. You know what I mean? The indoctrination of a man who's been taught to believe one thing and not give it up. You know what I mean? Because like I said in the past, this is not just me siding with Charleston White, because I didn't made a couple of my videos based off, you know what I mean, me liking what he said in this video But if you've been watching my channel for a minute, you know I've been said this. And I told y'all I probably wasn't gonna talk about it no more just because, you know what I mean? That's when I used to go live a lot. I was like, I ain't finna talk about this, you know what I mean? Because it scatters the whole message, what you're trying to say. If you're trying to say anything and you got your own opinion about God, because people ask me plenty of times, you believe in God? And I like, at first I used to just say like, no, you know what I mean? So they were like, you an atheist. But then I started going into depth about it, because at first when I was saying no, I would just be like, I used to say no because I really didn't care to explain to people, you know what I mean? It's just, when people ask me questions, I just give them the answer. Because if I feel like somebody asks me something, it should be either yes or no, unless they ask me, you know what I'm saying, to explain it. So when I got more willing to explain, that's when I started explaining on YouTube, you know, if anybody who asks me. Because some people try to bring that up because they know how you feel about it, and they'll try to disrupt your channel, you know what I mean? But me not caring, because I'm going to tell the truth about how I feel on my channel with it, about any topic that I want to talk about, you know what I mean? Because it's my channel, you know. And I never had a problem with people leaving my channel, because I didn't have people leave my channel before. I had people, as soon as they leave, a different group of people come who believe in the same thing you believe in, because that's what's going to happen, you know what I mean? Whatever energy you exude, that you put out, there's going to be a frequency that comes on the same frequency or close to your frequency, you know what I mean? So you should never, that's why people should never worry about people leaving out their life, you know what I mean? Because it ain't about the money with me, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, when people worried about an image or money or certain things that's gonna make them look bad, they tend not to speak the whole truth of what they really feel. Luckily, I'm not one of those people, you know what I mean? Like I said, I guess the why I have the core people who've been with me for a little minute, and they, you know what I'm saying, rock with me how they rock with me. But because there's a lot of people who came to my channel like, bro, I believe in God, but I respect your standpoints on it, you know what I mean? Because I'm just a person, and the reason why I don't believe in it, because it's just me growing up. I just feel like the God and the devil thing gives people a lack of accountability, you know what I mean? When they're doing great and when they're doing bad. And I'm gonna put it like this, you know what I'm saying? Me growing up, going to church, you know, my grandmother and all that, like my mama never really made us go to church. She'll take us to church, but it wasn't a forced thing, and I'm glad it wasn't. Because I feel like with me, if it was a forced thing growing up, I would have hated it even more, because I really hate being forced to do things. But when I was young, it always made me go to sleep. My energy never vibrated with the church. I can honestly say that. You know what I mean? So the fact that I wasn't forced to do that, you know what I mean, it gave me more freedom within my spirit. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, going back to the lack of accountability when it comes to good and evil, God and the devil. When people, because I made videos about this, y'all remember, you know what I mean? It's just time to reiterate it, you know. But when I say lack of accountability, it's people out here that they study for tests, they work their hardest to get jobs and do a lot of stuff, and when, they finally get the job or whatever, they give all the power that they put towards their efforts or their training, and they give it to God. You know what I mean? Because if you want to look at God, bro, God is you. You are the source. You come from everything. The chickens, like I said, the life, the grass, the cows, the trees. If I was to call anything God, that's what it would be. Everything that exists. You know what I mean? It's not something that we can call on and it just automatically do something for us, because we see time over the years, it didn't work for the slaves. You know what I mean? They gave the slaves the Bibles, you know what I mean? But yet slavery still went on for an X amount of years. You know what I mean? I just look at the data and the history and the facts. I don't look at what has been given to me, what has been told to me, because if the math ain't mathing, or if it's not adding up sense wise, I'm not gonna run with the indoctrination just because it was told to me. You know what I mean? So going back to the students in college, working hard for a test, you applying for a job, you studying for a driver's test, and you get your license or whatnot. When you get your driver's license, a lot of people get their driver's license, they pass their tests, all this stuff they were studying for, and they give it to God. You know what I mean? When they was the sole person that really took the time out to research this stuff or be functional enough to go and drive, you know what I mean, not impaired, and pass the test. You know what I mean? Now you're giving up your accountability for all the good deeds you did to pass that test. And when it comes to the devil, if somebody chooses to do something, a malicious act, or something bad happens to somebody, they ain't nothing but the devil. So with both of those situations, you are lacking accountability, because whenever you do something good, you blame it on God for doing it. And whenever you do something evil or bad, you're saying the devil did it. Ain't nothing but the devil. No. You decided to make a bad decision that day, and it had nothing to do with the devil. You know what I mean? You decided to ace that test and study. It had nothing to do with God. You know what I mean? But like I said, we want to call ourselves God, and that's what we are. You know what I mean? That's the closest thing to God that we are. It's nothing that's really, you know what I mean, up there. It's because everybody always put a gender on them too. You know what I mean? It's a he did this to me, he did this to me. Not only have we not seen God, we putting one gender on him. You know what I'm saying? Saying it's he. When it comes to the devil, you know what I mean? It's he, the devil. You know what I mean? Everything coming in male form, but it's feminine energy on this planet too. So why we don't even associate the God source with the woman? You know what I mean? It's just a lot of stuff to be led up to speculation. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people won't be able to comprehend it, because it's like you snatch something away from them when you say there's not a God or there's not a devil. Because it can be said for the evil people on the planet, the so-called Satanists. If I tell them it's not a Satan or the devil, they gonna be looking at me just like the people who saying this. I'm saying it ain't a God. They gonna be just as mad. You know what I mean? Because there's something that they was indoctrinated to believe, that this was a devil. You know what I mean? And this was happening, but you can just look at it as just negative and positive energy. Like it can be a group of negative people over here that link together to do damage to positive people. Like it can be some positive people over here, like me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. a positive people over there that's linking up to do something to the negative people. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, how does that exist? You know what I mean? If we never really seen a physical force, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people say, well, you ain't see air, but you know it exists. But you can feel air. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it going in your body when you're doing certain practices. You know what I mean? You can feel a lot of these things that they say we can't see, but when it comes to God, you really can't see that. Like I said, unless you're looking at it from the point of view of how I look at it, like we are God. So of course you can see the chickens, you can see the cows, you can see the trees. So if you're looking at it from that aspect, yes, you know what I mean, God exists. But I didn't see too many negative people come to me with the word God. You can see all these negative rappers, and you know they don't worship no God. They don't have no positive intent behind their music, behind how they dress, behind the sexual acts that they commit. A lot of these people are committing the R word, you know what I mean, against women, and vice versa, dealing with little children, and they the same people that's yelling at God. So if people not questioning it, this is just something that, you know what I'm saying, like it's not registering in a lot of people's heads, and you gotta understand it, you know what I mean? Because people only get mad at people who don't believe in they indoctrinated beliefs. You know what I mean? So like a small belief, or we go watch a movie and I say I don't like the movie and you say you like the movie. That person is not gonna get that mad because that was that person's opinion, and that person knows that this is my opinion. In this movie, it wasn't forced upon us. We both decided to go see this movie, so it's not a big deal that I have a opposing opinion about this. But since this Bible or a church or God was an indoctrinated thing, and it was passed on from generation to generation to generation, now when I have an opposing opinion about that subject, that person has a problem because it goes against what they was indoctrinated to believe. So now we may lose friendships just because me believe in this and you believe in it. But it didn't come down to it when we watched this movie and I didn't like this movie, but you liked it. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I question the whole thing, because I'm like, dang, a lot of people, when they indoctrinated to believe something, they really go hard for it. But when it's their own beliefs, you know what I mean? When it's something they truly believe in and you don't agree with them, then they really not gonna say nothing. But when it's an when it's an inserted program, then it triggers the human mind. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really like talking about religion, the Bible, or church, because you can find a lot of gems in the Bible. Like, and it was crazy. A lot of people who throw the Bible at your face, what they call Bible thumpers, they don't even know how to read the Bible correctly, because a lot of them, if they did, they would be living more prosperous lives. But it's just like the Bible is not even written in ways that the normal person can comprehend. Just imagine if somebody came over here from Japan and just started learning English, and they finally got over here and started learning English. Now they got to read the Bible. Yeah, the Bible is written in English, but it's written in parables, and it's written in the most difficult way for you to understand it. Because a lot of people don't even understand the Bible when they read it because it's written that way. You know what I mean? Like, it don't take rocket science, but it's still like it's not a children's book. You know what I mean? You would think the Bible would be written in a way that everybody would be able to understand it, but yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's written in a secretive way to where you gotta, you know what I'm saying, be tapped in to just use discernment to read it. A lot of people don't even have discernment, so when they read their Bible, they don't even read the Bible with discernment. A lot of people don't even know how to discern comments. I didn't see so many people get lost on my videos on what I said or how I said certain things, you know what I mean? And I was like, bro, I just said that. I'll make a whole video and somebody get in the comment section and say everything I just said in the video. And I was like, if somebody can't comprehend verbally, I know damn well they can't comprehend reading text. I didn't see people not understand my comments when I wrote my comments, you know what I mean? It's just like lack of interpretation. A lot of people can't even interpret the thing that they was brought up to believe, you know what I mean? They don't have any fighting words when it comes to a lot of stuff. And when you tell them the Bible is contradictive, they be like, where? You point out a verse when the whole damn Bible is down there like that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of verses, and a lot, because if somebody was to say that, if a person who was to like really read the Bible front and back, and they really worship it, and they really believe it, they'll say first response would be like, yeah, I know it's contradictory, but you got to be able to understand those contradictions, or how people respond. You'll know where they at with it in life. You know what I mean? Or where they at with it on the subject matter. So when people respond in certain type of ways, I'm like, you ain't even read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you expect me to respect your opinion about something that you pushing on me, but you're not even reading it yourself? You don't even understand it. You know what I mean? That's why I respect the people who can quote the Bible verses, and a lot of the Bible verses, not the ones that's just popular. You know what I mean? Because I hate when people post Bible verses, they be the same verses I done seen. You know what I mean? Like, I should never see the same Bible verses all over the internet. When they see, they just post the same just when they see the rappers flexing their money, when they get mad at people having a lot of money, they just like, a fool and their money shall part ways. And that's the same Bible verse that they post, the same jam. I be like, man, some of these people just be indoctrinated, and they like little Bible robots. They only know the same quotes that everybody else know. You know what I'm saying? It's never nothing organic or a verse that you really haven't seen. You know what I mean? It's just like about the falling of the earth, and just the basics, the standard stuff. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to, man, God and the devil, like I said, it takes a lot of accountability for people. You know what I mean? Good ways and bad ways. Because we always, like I said, it's always blaming the devil when people doing negative stuff, and when their life is not working out how they wanted to work out. It's gives you a reason to blame. That's why most people in society today who are religious, or people like that, because you don't even have to be religious to have that religious indoctrination. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I done seen a lot of people who not religious and still something bad happen. They're like, ain't nothing but the devil. You know what I mean? Or they're like, man, thank God I got this. You know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying? Jesus, they bring it out of nowhere. It just no accountability. That's why, like I said, most people in society today, they lack accountability for the actions they do, because we was never really taught to take accountability. That's why I'm glad I was able to achieve it, because that's like a superpower to me. You know what I mean? To be able to take accountability in a world where people don't do that, and that's rare, that's like a superpower. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So if you're in this world and you're able to take accountability for your actions and say, in this position that I am in my life today, I can honestly say I take accountability for where I am in my life today. Nobody is the reason for why I am today. Nobody is the reason for the way I think today. You know what I mean? And nobody is the reason for why I'm going into the future. Then you ought to give yourself a thumbs up, a pat on the back, and a clap, because it's nobody's fault for the reason why you're in the situation you're in. You know what I mean? No matter how much we try to put it on our exes, no matter how much we try to put it on our parents, no matter how much we try to put it on our siblings, like I said, our husbands, our wives, it's your reason, because whether that person did something to you, you allowed that person in your space. You know what I mean? We allow people in our space, no matter whether we did it out of good intent or bad intent, or malicious intent, or to manipulate somebody. We still allowed it. So the fact, man, people need to start taking accountability. And I'm not trying to push my beliefs on everybody. You know what I mean? If you believe that there's a God in the sky and he does a lot of things for you, because there's one thing I cannot do. I cannot change somebody's perceptions who's really grounded in there, just like somebody can't change my perception because I'm grounded in my perception. Because if a person really believes in God, and they didn't have a car, they needed a car, and they was like, I need a car, God, please give me a car. And somebody popped up on their doorstep with a car, whether it was an old family member or whatever, and gave them a car. How can I tell that person that God is not real? God can still not be real in my eyes, but if this person called out to God and received something expeditiously, how can I tell that person God is not real? You know what I mean? Even though in my head, I'm thinking this just was a manifestation thing. Because like I said, I believe we are God, so I believe we can call a lot of things to us because I've done it before. So if this person called it item to them, I'm looking at it as manifestation still, and I'm still not believing in God. But if that person called out and said that name and they got that the next day, how can I say that? I cannot change that person's perception, because you know what I mean? It's just like me buying a lot of gifts for a child on Christmas Eve. I can tell that child I bought all those gifts, but if that child asked Santa Claus for all those gifts and wrote this down on the list and received everything yesterday, they ain't gonna care whether I got the receipts to those toys. All they know is they asked Santa Claus for them and they there. So I cannot change nobody's perception on what they believe and what they've been indoctrinated to believe. It cannot change until that person open or expands their consciousness and say, okay, do I believe in God because I just woke up believing in God, or I believe in God because my grandparents believe in God? This has been passed on. I've been in the church. They spoke a lot about God. You know what I mean? They gave the word. God can be a whole totally different word, and we can be saying, okay, I don't believe in God, I believe in let's just make up a word, Roth. I'm just put Roth. You know what I'm saying? So if God, the word God never existed, and he was like Roth, you know what I mean? Roth was so-called God. You know what I mean? People will be believing in that. Do I believe in Roth because somebody gave me this name of Roth, and now it's in my perception, it's in my reality, and everybody else believe in this, so now I'm using this word? It could have been that way, you know. It probably like that in one of these universes, you know what I mean? You know, everything going on simultaneously. I just spoke the word up, so I'm pretty sure it exists somewhere. If it don't exist then, it exists now. You know what I mean? So people got to start thinking on that level of words. Words are made up. Words didn't even exist a couple years ago. So, you know what I mean? This God word was given, and a lot of people gave this word power, just like money was made up. The word money and the actual item was invented. But people do crazy stuff for it. People give up their bodies for it, because we was led to believe that money has substance. But now that since they're telling you the value of the dollar is going down, and put your energy in crypto, people gonna be selling coochie for crypto. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they give and they give power to, or they print or they make, and it's gonna be the reason why you can get stuff or get land or go on trips, that's what you're gonna put your power in. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? I just gave this video not to brush my beliefs on people, but to give people a broader perspective on why I believe the things I believe, and why people like Charleston White believe what they believe in, or people like us believe in what we believe in, because a lot of us wasn't so indoctrinated and we didn't stick with the programming. A lot of us knew the programming, felt uncomfortable when we came here, and it didn't resonate with us. You know what I mean? A lot of people only think stuff resonate with them because they've been put in the water at a early age. So now you can swim better than other people. So the people who was never put in the water, we getting in this water like, well, I don't really trust this water. You know what I mean? You just was an early swimmer. You just early indoctrinated. You know what I mean? And you probably knew that water was sour. You knew that wasn't the water that was on your vibration, but you're used to swimming in that water. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know if y'all want me to make a part 2 about this, because there's a lot of stuff I can still say about this, but I just want to get feedback on how y'all feel about this. You know what I mean? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and nobody got mad off this video, but if you did, it just says a lot about your beliefs and how deeply rooted you think you are in your beliefs. Because if anybody tell me anything about my beliefs, I'm not gonna get mad about it, because this is what I believe and nobody told me to believe in this. You know what I mean? But the people who, like I said, been indoctrinated and been really pressed on believing this, they the ones that get the maddest, because you're challenging a belief that they don't stand firm in. Because anybody who stands firm, stand their ground on certain things, they're not gonna flip out. It's like if I go to a real heterosexual male get approached by a gay person and they like, bruh, you is not straight. You know what I mean? And that so-called heterosexual person get fight mad, be like, bro, I am, you know what I'm saying? I am. Just start flipping out and start, you know what I'm saying, throwing all this slurs out. Then you gonna start to question that so-called heterosexual man. But if a real heterosexual man come and he stand firm on him being straight and all that, if somebody come and tell him about his sexuality, he was like, bro, go on, bro, whatever. Believe what you want to believe, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it is with spirituality. Like, you know what I'm saying? People try to tell us about spirituality, we just be like, go on, bro. But when somebody challenges the belief that you really don't believe in deep down, this where that fire come from. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I am, stop playing, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to sweat it like that. If you deep rooted in your belief and you honestly believe that what you believe in, what you are, that's what it is. Can't nobody get you out of your character about, you know what I'm saying, you believe in what you are or you believe in what you believe in. It's obviously not one of your beliefs if you getting disrupted about it. Because the world's not going to end just because somebody on the opposing team, opposing side. It's never going to happen like that. You got to be calm and collective and deep-rooted in what you believe in to not even be fazed by the next person saying, because it makes no sense. Like, bro, get out of here. You talking nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Anybody's going to question it when somebody get fighting mad or they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got to say, I'm leaving, I'm doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where all that anger coming from? Huh? Somebody say you're not good in basketball. You know what I mean? You like, all right, whatever, bro. You gonna either show that person like, what up, you know what I mean? You ain't finna get fighting mad, throw the basketball at the person head. Like, nigga, I can't play. Start crying, you know what I mean? You can't play. Hit dog gonna holler. You know what I'm saying? So people gotta understand, man, when they see these hit dogs holler, man, you gotta question it. That should be a sign of body language. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna have to say too much after that. I'm like, oh yeah, this person, he don't believe in that shit for real. Or she don't believe that for real, you know what I mean? That's why I'm glad I am as wise as I am, because like I said, I've been able to dodge a lot of red flags in my past just by dealing with different women and just seeing like, okay, I'm able to just have good discernment and just know, like, okay, this person not gonna do me no good. You know what I'm saying? Because like in the past, every time I did, you know, my discernment didn't work out right. I never ignore my intuition. I never do. You know what I mean? So you guys just be able to see what type of frequency you're on, see what resonate with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you hearing, if it resonate with you, man, if you feel good about hearing the information, stick with it. Like, if you don't feel good about hearing this information, don't stick with it. You know what I mean? If it's somebody who watching this video, I'm not doing this shit for no subscribers. So if this shit rub me the wrong way and you really like, man, hell nah, man, I don't feel uncomfortable, don't watch this shit. I'm honestly saying it, don't watch it. You know what I mean? You just think you're not on the vibration, you're not on the frequency to let this information enter your vessel. And I don't want to disrupt nobody's energy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you if you stay. But yeah, man, that's the reason why I believe in what I believe in. Like I said, if y'all want a part 2, let me know. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I don't care if they y'all put paragraphs in here, because I know this ain't no stuff you can just comment in one sentence and be, you know what I mean, if you really feel strongly on it or you want to just explain what you want to explain. But I'm interested in see what people think about it. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, or if you don't agree with me, you still, you know what I'm saying, like my opinion, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, this conversation need to be had. Y'all make sure y'all share the video if y'all like it. Like the video if y'all like it. If y'all don't, y'all don't. But y'all be blessed on walking in smoke, man.